Hello, everybody, and welcome back for another episode of the Shrek Through. We are back in Toxic Tile Town, I guess we'll call it. Here with our usual ogre main man, Shrek himself, who didn't Shrek himself quite yet. But he does have his old sorcerer's staff back, which you might have noticed. I just switched that out a second ago, because I thought maybe let's just see if that balances things out, maybe with the speed of being able to cast a little faster. I'm not entirely sure how this is going to go, but today is going to be a scary time for me. We're going to be trying to fight another boss, as is kind of always the case with this game. We're going to be working our way up towards the top of this tower, with the hopes of fighting the thing that lies up there. I say thing because I guess I want not to spoil it, but we're going to see. It's probably going to get spoiled pretty soon. Or, you know, how much can he spoil a thing that's about to happen anyway, right? Alright, so look at this guy here. Let's just test out our spellcasting abilities. This is just a regular old soul arrow. That takes 4 hits to kill this regular mob. That's kind of sad. I haven't really explored this area very much in the LP. I'm trying to remember if there's anything substantial worth going after here. Some of these things are just a pain in the butt to get to. Like, that one looks like it's possibly not horrible, but you gotta, like, drop off a thing and then jump across. Let's just work our way over here. I think we should go get maybe what's in that area. Oh, actually, we want to get up to the very top, because that's where the next bonfire is. So let's go. Let's go adventuring where the wild, wild creatures hang. So up the ladder. And there's going to be a lot of those headless guys showing up on occasion. We've got to make sure we know how to deal with them quickly. Can't have a long, protracted fight with them. As you can see, I just don't have... Well, okay, I guess I have enough soul arrows. I was going to say I don't have the ability to take on multiple at the same time, just by virtue of, like, not having the firepower, but I guess if I have to, I could always resort back to the other ones. So this is a situation where I may want to use my binos. So let's try that. And we'll shoot one of these pots and see if that does the poison damage to our ladies. And it looks like it does. And maybe they'll just kind of take care of themselves? Yeah, alright, that's nice. I guess we can kind of depend on that. They didn't even know that I'm around. So, soul arrows for the win in this case. What did they drop? What did they drop? The Desert Sorcerer's Hood. And, oh, Lingering Dragon Crest Ring +1 and a Desert Sorcerer's Hood. I've never seen them drop that before. Let's see that ring is. Actually sounds like a pretty fancy thing to run into, doesn't it? Lingering Dragon Crest Ring +1. Ring used long, long ago in a land that existed where Dragon Lake does now extends to the length of spell effect. Presumably the ring was worn by high sorcerer. No proof of such remains. Alright, so it makes spells last longer. I guess that's good if we're trying to set ourselves up for some kind of, like, defensive, you know, stone skin, flash sweats, whatever the hell they call them nowadays. Whatever the kids are calling their spells nowadays. So what we need to do here is probably break these. Because the thing about these jars is they're gonna break at an inopportune moment for me, and then they're gonna get me splashed with poison. I'm not gonna be too thrilled with that situation at all. Maybe we could... Oh, this guy's aggroed. Let's not get... Oh god, yeah. So let's not get involved with him if possible, but it looks like we're gonna have to get involved with him in a very intimate way. How do I fight this guy properly? I guess we'll just, like, kill him slowly, and then we'll run past and try and get to that next bonfire. Oh, he's gonna Estus like a scumlord. Back up, Shrek! Time for this. Oh god. Get out of there! I'm poisoned! I'm poisoned! Roll. Estus faster! Oh my god, Shrek, you're such a slow Estuser. Why do you Estus like the slowest piece of crap molasses in the world? Alright. Alright. Here's what we're gonna do. This is probably a terrible idea, but I'm gonna try it just one time. And this is not going to be the prevailing sentiment. I feel like I watched back some of my other episodes recently, and I'm like, well, it's kind of turning into Lion Strat land. I don't really want that to necessarily be the way that I play through the game. Oh my god, the arrows, man, the arrows. I knew those were there, and I just wasn't thinking, I was talking. Totally served me right on that one. But I'm going to run past this guy, or the gals and then the guy once, and see if I can get to where I'm trying to go. Just to see if that even works, and then if we can, like, bottleneck them in the hallway, or maybe have them fall off or something. I don't know. Just gonna see what happens. It's a little bit of that. I gotta live in the moment occasionally. That's one thing that I've learned from Shrek in general. He always lives in the moment. He's never concerned with the long-term things. He's kind of right there where he is, and that's fine. I think as a person with some anxiety issues, I think I need to learn to be more like Shrek. Shrek is love, Shrek is life. And that's what I need to aspire to be more like. I should mention, and I don't want things to get too real talk, but, you know, I should mention that there's been not as many episodes of the Shrek through going up as I would have liked. I feel like they've been a little bit stifled. I wanted this to be a daily thing, and then it's sort of gotten a little bit slower than that, as you've probably noticed. And the reason for that is, oh god, there's an invader or something here. I don't even know what this guy's doing. Well, I'm basically gonna die. I wanted to open this wall, but yeah, there, we're just done. But yeah, I've just been having a little bit trouble motivating myself to want to play Dark Souls 2 because it's kind of a defeating feeling game a lot of the time. I'm not particularly fantastic at it or anything, and couple that with a little bit of depressive behavior and the fact that, well, I don't know, my YouTube channel has just been not doing phenomenally lately, and it's just sort of made me get into this downward spiral, and it's not a good thing, honestly. I need to kick myself right out of that sucker. Because what it results in happening is basically I do less videos, and then by doing less videos, I get less people watching, which in turn causes the spiral to continue downward. So I've got to break out of that. And what I need to do is also shore up the fact that I don't want to end up just playing one Let's Play. I mean, honestly, that's probably better to concentrate on one thing at a time, but at the same time, I know that there's a wide variety of people that are interested in different things on the channel, and not everybody wants to watch Dark Souls for a variety of reasons, which are all valid. You know, people don't want it spoiled. Some people think that maybe it's getting oversaturated. Some people it's just not their style of game. Some people don't care for the way I play it. So there's like, we're digging into audiences within audiences within audiences to the extent that maybe I kind of get where that's all coming from. And also, it's a time of the year where, you know, the weather's getting a little bit nicer out. People are out doing stuff again. And it's not so much that you're just trapped at home watching YouTube videos all day, and that's totally legit, and I wish that my day was a little bit more like that, to be perfectly honest. But that's the part of the thing that I was talking about is, like, yeah, the depressive behavior comes from the fact that I spend all day basically recording all the time. So I need to get a little bit more done so I have time to go outside and do a thing every now and then. I don't know how I'm supposed to fight this guy, man. This is a really awkward spot, because I don't have any kind of melee damage that's worth a damn with this guy. And even the spell damage I'm doing is not nearly high enough for what I think it needs to be able to confront him successfully. Oh, and he's just blocking all of that garbage, too. Get out of there! Oh my god, Shrek, why are you so bad at everything? Alright, get him trapped in the wall, and he'll start walking backward. And maybe we could shoot him not through the wall. That's not exactly what I meant. He's probably going to Estus in a moment. Nope. Alright, he's going to come back down, maybe? See, I can't get in this fight with these guys. They're too annoying. They have too much defense, and they don't seem to give me an opening to shoot them with spells, unless that opening is for them to Estus, which kind of is annoying and also defeats the point. Yeah, as he's going to come back this way. We're doing this weird little bob and weave action in this hallway where we have basically no room at all. I don't know what your plan is, man. Are you just going to walk away and then come back again? I guess he'll just barrage you with spells until you have no choice but to give up. And then that invader's just going to be right back, isn't it? Really? What is your plan? You're just going to walk up to me with your shield and then eventually die. Okay, well, that's a plan that I can get behind, I suppose, because it works for me. So we still got another lady over here on the right that we're going to have to potentially deal with. I don't know if she'll aggro, though, if I walk over here. Oh, yeah, she does. Oh, and she's got fireballs. You know it. That's alright. I don't think her fireballs are going to be the worst fireballs I've ever seen in my life. What is that? Oh, that's scary. I kind of want that fireball to add to my arsenal. And that should be GG for her. I feel like I should Estus, even though this is a ridiculous thing to do. So this is where we're going, by the way, is right here. But we can't go there quite yet. Oh, look at that! I didn't realize there's no slime here in this pit now, because we burned the stuff. I thought that the slime would still stay in the pit, but inside the boss chamber it would be gone. There's also like a scary black hole on the other side of the staircase over there, which obviously doesn't lead anywhere, but I kind of wish it did. And what's this about? It looks like a hidden wall, but I know it's not. It's just a strange indentation. This is it's a weird thing about Dark Souls. That's the other thing is, like, I've been a little bit jaded on just playing Dark Souls in general, just because I've had so many gripes with the game. Not to say that on the whole or anything I'm passing judgment or that I'm condemning it. It's just like, I don't know. It feels like it's not. It's running out of steam for me. I need to regroup and play it with online. I want the PC version, but there's been some announcements, and I'm not going to go down the road of negativity right now. But there's been some announcements that are looking sort of dreary with regard to how the PC version is going to come out. I'm not going to speculate just because I don't know 100% if I'm right or not about if that's actually going to go the way that they're saying it's going to go. But if it does go the way they're saying it's going to go, I'm going to be real sad because, well, it's just not going to be good. Let's just put it that way. I'll revisit the concept when the game comes out, which is going to be in a little bit more than, 3 weeks now-ish. Alright, so we finally reached the point we need to reach. There's 2 illusory walls up here, which is why I was making such a big deal about getting to this spot and not really caring at all about how many estices or estices that I use. I got a petrified something. Look at this big old bland box of a room. Oh well. This is what I'm talking about. Look at these tiled textures. I know it's the 360, but come on. It's really bad. What's even going on with the ceiling over there? There's like a weird... I gotta look at this. Oh, it's actually indented. I didn't realize it was indented. There's no, like, shading on some of the walls, so it's really hard to tell depth. Because they chose to use dynamic lighting for a lot of that stuff, so the shading just kind of went right out the window. As well as the depth of field effect that they used to have. Because the dynamic lighting system kind of takes over. So now it's just sort of weird, murky. I do grant, though, I am playing it on a higher brightness than I should be, but still, I believe you would be able to see that wall regardless. So there we go. We've rested at the bonfire. Things are, I don't know if I should say looking up, but we should at least be able to get in and fight the boss now, which is my main concern. So what we're going to want to do is fall right on top of these guys right here and run right through. Not breaking these pots, because that's going to be a problem. I guess I'm going to have to fall in a weird angle. What's going on over here? Can we see through that? Oh, no, it's actually just the ceiling on the top of that archway. Here we go! No, didn't want to do binoculars there. Alright, we're good. We're through. Nothing to lose. Nothing to Shrek but Shrek itself. So here is our boss, Mytha, the Baneful Queen, and she does a lot of damage. That is kind of scary. So normally this whole area would have been absolutely brimming with poison, and I would have been poisoned from the absolute second I even got in here. Alright, so we're going to rely on being a little skillful with our rolling and polling and all of that, and watching out for all of her attacks. So she's basically got an attack for just about every position that you could find yourself in. Whether that be near her, she's got a grab move. Whether that be far away, she's got a projectile move. Whether that be mid-range, she's got a thrust move. And she'll also throw her head on occasion, and her throwing her head means basically the thing goes off like a grenade, which is a problem. And you might have noticed just about every boss seems to have some attack just like that. I'm glad she waited there. Ooh, that thrust, spin, swiped attack could have been a big problem for me. She gives me a lot of time to get an Estus in, thankfully. There's the head grenade. That's actually fine because... Oh my god, she just jumped, and then now that it's going to miss. This is so much easier not having the poison everywhere, for real. I'm really glad I knew about that whole thing. Let's use Great Soul Arrows now. I feel like there's a chance that... Oh my god, that hit me? There's a chance that we could be successful here. She seems to be staying right in the center of the platform, which is the best possible position for her to be in. Oh god! Was not expecting that. Am I gonna get thrust on? Oh! Alright. Dodge. Swipe. Alright, I know the pattern pretty well at this point, so as long as I can continue to, not get poked, not get swiped, we'll be alright. It's kind of fun playing this way, to be honest with you. The other way that I was playing was basically just tank everything, hope for the best. This way you gotta actually be quick on your feet, which is making me feel like a little bit more like we're playing, you know, a more dexterity-driven game like Ninja Gaiden or something, which is exciting, or maybe like a Devil May Cry. Although, you know, the odds are certainly a little bit more scary in a game like this versus Ninja Gaiden. Oh, that hit me? What the butts? I gotta get an Estus in. Oh! Alright, Estus right now should be safe. And thrust. The wind-up is perfect. It's like just the right amount of time that I know what I'm doing. Okay. Oh, that's a 3. Isn't it? No, it's a 2. Thought we were going for the full combo on that one. We're going to run out of soul arrows pretty soon, but I've got the regulars, so that's going to be just fine. She hasn't thrown her head in a while. I feel like that's... Oh, wow. Right on time. Let's see if we can hit her before she dives. She did dive, and we still hit her again. Oh, God. That's going to hit hard. Alright, we've got like one more hit left. Oh, okay. Estus, please don't hit me now. Oh, crap. That actually worked. Holy butts, we actually made progress. That is crazy. That was the spot. Fighting this boss was the hardest thing. Now we're getting chased down. The hardest thing for me on my first playthrough. I died so many times to her because of that poison. And it is an entirely different state of affairs, and we don't have to contend with that. So I want to, before we go up this elevator, I want you to think back, if you can, to the Poison Town Greenland area, before we went inside of this big industrial building full of pots and angry men. Think about looking up at the tower with the windmill, because I'm pretty sure I've shown you that a few times in previous episodes. And think about how when you looked up at it, at the top of it didn't seem to be much of anything, right? Okay, keep that in mind. Channel that energy. Now just think about how there wasn't anything above the tower, and that it was just basically just empty space as we go up this big old elevator. First of all, the concept of an elevator at the top of a tower, unless that tower is a double tower, doesn't really make a lot of sense. But then once we get off of the tower, there's going to be a whole new level of misunderstanding that I want to introduce you to. Now I'm making this out to be way bigger of a deal than it actually is. It's just a set of impossible geometry that I find rather frustrating, because the first world in the original Dark Souls was very well realized. I felt like they put a lot of time and energy into making sure the map seemed consistent and reasonable for all accounts. What is up there? There's like some kind of weird notch carved out of the ceiling for some reason on both sides. I wonder what that was about. There's like little red specks up there. The most weird textures I've ever seen. What is going on? Alright, so we're going to walk out here, and then you're going to be able to see what I was talking about. This is Iron Keep. So this is a world that exists in an invisible volcano above a tower, and I find it very strange. It's basically Super Mario 64 Lava Land with some big old scary iron turtles that we're going to be fighting. I'm not sure how far I'm going to make it into it on this episode, but this is one of the more challenging areas that I can think of. The fact that I have some long-distance attacks is going to be fantastic, but the problem is long-distance attacks are not. Oh, I need to rest at that bonfire before I can do anything. These guys are going to gang up on me, and they're going to also have a ton of long-distance attacks of their own right. There's a stack of archers in here. You know what? I need to go back to Majula before I go in here and get murderized. I think that would be a big problem for me not to do that. Also, you can't drain the lava. There's like a bunch of doors that look like they'd come out of the lava, but you just can't drain it. It makes me sad. I felt like it was almost going to be a callback to Demon Ruins, where like the whole ground area was filled up with lava, and you have to fight, Ceaseless Discharge. When you fight him, he stops discharging his discharge, which was lava, and then you could go down and explore the area more fully. In this case, there's no Ceaseless Discharge. There's just, infinite discharge that always exists. It's lava. I keep saying it. Let's talk to Emerald Herald, of course. What am I going to put points into? I don't even know. I have not strategized very hard lately. I should probably put more into, like, intelligence. Should get my spell casting powers up. Magic defense, fire bonus. Magic bonus. Doesn't really go up very high, does it? I could put 4 points into that, but it doesn't feel like the right thing to do for me. But then again, I'm going to want it for all of the various spells that I could grab later on. Why don't I put some into vinegar? That seems like a fair way to go. Alright. And do I have enough to buy another upgrade or anything for one of my staves? People were telling me, like, by the way, the reason I changed... I don't remember if I explained this to begin with, but the reason I changed staffs is because of this one apparently casts faster, and I just found that would probably be a more beneficial thing. Oh, that takes large Titanite shards to upgrade, and the problem is that I didn't have those. But this lady, who is sitting on a rock right behind me, she's supposed to sell those. I don't know if she has them yet. And if she doesn't have them yet, I guess we're gonna have to come back. Yeah, she doesn't. Oh well. Butts forever. I guess we'll go back to Big Iron Castle. I'm curious to know how this is going to go. This could be another sticking point. We may have to go jaunt to another world entirely before we come back and finish this area out, because I feel like I'm really lacking. I'm going to need like a soul spear or some kind of good super high damage spell to be able to get through this spot, because this is going to be really, really challenging. The boss at the end, as well as a bunch of other things on the way there, are all really frightening. Also, if you're wondering what's up with these burning rocks that just seem to be sitting all over the place with items on them, it's like, well, obviously you're going to go run and get that item, right? Well, Sucks to be you if you do, because you'll just die. You need to go get some water, which is sitting in pots, and you need to wet yourself down before you can take half fire damage. As far as I'm aware, there's no ring that lets you just walk across that stuff. It's always going to hurt you. You just need to be able to get through it and kind of tank the damage, which seems kind of frustrating. I felt like that was going to be a progress gate situation, but it just didn't end up being that after all. Alright, these guys are super, super fast. They're basically anime ninjas. I've seen them compared to that, or anime samurai, I should say, with big, sweet swords. And where's the other guy? He's, like, leaning on a wall somewhere, right? Oh, there he is. Found him. Not sure where he came from, but, you know, he's sneaky. Yep, that's gonna hurt a lot. Let's get some distance. He's gonna close the gap, and thankfully I stunned him. And this should kill him? Yes, thank goodness. We've already had 2 Estus, and we haven't hardly even started. Someone mentioned I should probably put on some kind of, like, arm something on my Shrek. I should do that. I mean, like, one little piece of armor, as long as it doesn't cover up his sweet bod, isn't going to be a huge problem, right? So yeah, this is what I was talking about. These doors totally look like they're going to come out of the lava. And there's one on each side for some reason, and they just, you don't get to go down there ever, which makes me sad. You know, I felt like there wasn't enough emergent opening up of areas. There's just, you know, the path forward most of the time. Also, if you're really, you know, in the mood to get yourself kind of beating yourself up over something, go and Google search for Dark Souls 2 concept art, and go find the concept art for Iron Keep, because it is absolutely stunning, and I feel like the thing that they came up with at the end of the day is, it's nice, don't get me wrong, I think it looks quite pretty, but the thing they had in the concept art was like 100 times cooler in my opinion. Again, not to beat up on the thing, but it's just like, it struck me as, man, I wish we had that. So, the cool thing about this is you can actually look out on this space out on the other side of this window here, and this is actually where we're going to end up. This is the end of the zone on the other side of that little broken over, I don't know what that is, where, see, it's like freaking missing textures on the ground there. That platform that's sitting in the lava, if you zoom out and then you zoom in, you can actually see through the ground a bunch. You knew we were going to look at it. Whatever. So there's an NPC over here.
What?
And this NPC wants to actually hook me up with a couple of things. He sells spells, which I could always use some more spells. He's got soul arrows galore. Mostly all things I already have, though. Yeah, I actually have all of these, don't I? There's several of some of them. But the big important thing he sells, in addition to these jester pieces, which allow you to get various attributes, this one gives you reduced fall damage, that one increases the number of souls acquired, that one nullifies foes' critical hits, and that one raises item discovery. So if you get the whole jester set, you've got quite a strange melange of different things affecting you and making your game a little bit better. And then he's also got the good old talking nuts. These are a big deal. Of course, I'm not going to spend the money on them at the moment because it's just, you know, they don't really help us in any way, but they are kind of nice to have for the sake of silliness. And he's also got a human effigy and a fragrant branch of yore, which are great things to have as well. The fragrant branch of yore is actually kind of a big deal because this allows me to get to a place that I couldn't normally get to without having it. So, you know, if I really wanted to, maybe a good idea might be to go ahead and grab that right now. It doesn't have soul spears, though. That would have been nice. I think I'm going to actually pop a couple of souls just to go grab that. I want to have that in case we need to abandon ship and head in another direction. I'm pretty sure I don't have any fragrant branches of yore, and the one that I know that's easiest to get to is quite far away from here. So I think we've done the deed. We've gotten far enough into this zone that we should be able to make some progress in another direction if we need to. Now let's pop 3 of these and see what that sets me up with. It's 2,400. I forgot already what the fragrant branch of yore was. Was it 7,000? Just pop one more of these, see if that was a 5. It's a 4. That puts us very, very close. Is this a faded soul? Yeah, it is. That might put me just over it. You know, the closer you can get to having 0 souls, the better everybody is. Because then when you run out and die, you don't feel so bad. Oh, it's 7,500. Okay, well, I'll pop a few more souls then. Very well, no pressure. He's a low-pressure salesman. He's not trying to convince us of anything that we don't want. Which one is 500? Is the one with 4, right? Really wish it would just say how many. Oh, it's 800. Close enough. No crying over spilt souls, I guess. And fragrant branch of yore. Oh, no, I want yes. Thank you.
Cheers.
Alright, we've got it. So now we can actually head in another direction if we really want to. Oh, and the other thing Because we want to talk to him a bunch of times. He's actually going to give us a free ring. Do. Any moment now. Is he not giving us the ring, actually? He doesn't give us the ring. Maybe I have to come back again later. So I definitely talked to him enough times there. Or maybe you have to spend a certain amount with him before he'll give it to you. Whatevers. Alright, so next episode, we're going to be heading on further into Iron Keep. This is going to be a real scary stopping point, like I've already pointed out. I'm not sure exactly where we're going to get to here, but I'll give it my best shot. The next bonfire is actually in a position that is really awkward. Like, I have to get past a really tough boss that well, maybe I'll be really lucky and I'll be able to pull it off, but the chances are fairly low that I'm going to be able to withstand the barrage of attacks that this particularly demonic foe seems to have in store for us. So we'll give it a shot. If not, I can always run past it. The next bonfire after him is quite far, and there's also another optional area that we can head to off of this zone. This ninja's going to be a problem for me, isn't he? Just roll away. Oh, that's alright. I was going to... No. Stagger for 10,000 years. Alright, just barely killed him. Alright, that's good enough. We've cleared the few ninjas here. So yeah, I'm going to head out for another day. Thank you so much for watching the Shrek Through. If you're continuing to enjoy it, absolutely please leave your support for the series in the form of a like or a comment or both, or I guess neither. Just the fact that you watch is fantastic too, but you know, it does help me out knowing that you're still here and still watching and still engaged and still want to see more in the future. So, you know, let me know that that's the case if that is the case. And if it's not, let me know that as well. If you're sick of Dark Souls and you never want to watch it again, let me know instead of just leaving a dislike and running away, because that actually is much more beneficial and helpful to know that you feel that way. Because if everybody hates it, well, I'll do something else. I don't ever want you to feel that there's nothing interesting going on my channel. So I have gotten the impression from a few people that maybe Dark Souls is not the thing they want to see anymore. But, you know, I also don't really want to cut off another series. In fact, I think I want to do the exact opposite. I want to go back and finish a bunch of things that I never did finish. So I'm going to try and wrap all that together as soon as possible and get a whole bunch of work done. Anyway, I will see you all next time. Thank you again for watching, and I hope you have a fantastic night. Talk to you later.